Alright, in this question, Selma wants to graph the quadratic function y equals x squared plus 8x plus 11. She wants to plot the vertex first, but the function is in standard form, which is a bit of a problem. It says to complete the square and find the vertex of the quadratic function. Although you could complete the square like the question is asking, we're going to use a slightly easier method here, and we're going to use a formula that can help us find the vertex a little simpler. So the standard form of a quadratic that we've been working with is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And when you use the quadratic formula itself, that's where you would pull these a, b's, and c's from. Well, derived from the quadratic formula is a simple process that you can use to find the actual vertex point. And that formula is h equals negative b divided by 2a. So same thing, you're just pulling the a and b here, you're plugging them into this formula, and this gives you the x coordinate of your vertex. So remember, we call the vertex hk. The x coordinate is the h and the y coordinate is the k. So if you plug those in, you can find it. Let's go ahead and do that now with our equation here, which is y equals x squared plus 8x. So right there, we're going to stop and look for the a and b. Well, there is no number in front of the x squared, so we're going to assume it's a 1. So a equals 1. And then there is a number in front of the x, it's an 8. So the b equals 8. So we can plug those straight into this formula and find h. Let's go ahead and do that. So negative b, we have negative, and then b is 8 in this case, divided by 2 times a. Well, an a is just 1 in this case. So we get negative 8 divided by 2, which is negative 4. Okay, so that is our h. That's the x coordinate. Now, how do you find the y coordinate? Well, let me go ahead and write vertex here first. So the vertex is negative 4, comma, we don't know the y yet. To find the y coordinate, you actually just plug in the negative 4 we just found back into the function and then solve for y. Let's do that. So we have y equals, now instead of x squared, I'm going to put negative 4, because that's what I found the x coordinate of the vertex to be, squared plus 8 times, and then same thing, negative 4, plus 11. Okay, so we're just plugging back the negative 4 as x into our quadratic function that we started with and they gave us. Let's go ahead and solve. Y equals negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16, plus 8 times negative 4 is negative 32, and then plus 11. Let's go ahead and simplify. We have a negative 32 and a positive 16 right here. If we add those together, we end up with negative 16. The answer is negative because the negative number is bigger. We still have a plus 11, and so our final answer for y here is negative 16 plus 11, which ends up being negative 5. So that is the y coordinate of our vertex. I'm going to write that here. And so that is our final answer. And it is much simpler than completing the square. You just have to memorize this formula right here. H equals negative b over 2a, and that works for any quadratic in standard form. At the very bottom, let's go ahead and match up our answer. Negative 4, negative 5, that's going to be that first answer choice on the left.